Let me see that. OE infrastructure. With the Terraform. OE stands for observability engineering. Observability means the monitoring. The tools are already what are the comes. For example, CloudWatch. Right now we are going with the Prometheus, the Grafana stack. They say keyword called stack. Okay. Stack means like the group of components. Stack. And then one more ELK. ELK or EFK. This is also they say is a stack. ELK, EFK stacks. So you know, right? EFK stands for Elasticsearch, Filebeat, and Kibana. So we had this setup, Prometheus and Grafana. Here the exporters no need to be considered. Exporters will send the data, okay, and then the clouds. So we are bringing this total setup with the Terraform. Currently we are bringing it up. So it's a repetitive ask, maybe, but just I needed this kind of clarity. So that tells me like how you guys are understanding it. So can you guys tell me that monitoring flow, like the metrics are traces, how the data will go?
Yeah, so we are going to view through Grafana. So the flow will start from app to node exporter. So node exporter to Prometheus to Grafana.
Node exporter, plus there can be custom
Exporters.
exporters also. These exporters, developers will design in the code.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there it go to Prometheus.
The Prometheus, what is the important file? One file will have
Prometheus.yml.
from there it goes to
Grafana.
yeah.
GUI.
So Grafana will be used by us, dev team, QA team, perf team, managers, internally all the teams. Like whoever wanted to see the data, they'll use this the Grafana, all our internal teams. So we don't expose Grafana to outside world. We will be restricting to within the company side ranges only. Within the company VPC only. We will restrict to this VPN. Yeah. So what data you can see? Metrics. Like for example, CPU, memory, disk,
Response.
application metric and all something. Okay. So you have seen normally basic metric only, node exporter. That too Prometheus only have seen. There is. So I have an application like I need little time. It's been set up long back. We have developed our own custom application. We have developed one Python application that will send custom metric so that you will get an idea to Prometheus. We have our own custom application that I'll bring it here. That will send to SQS, Elasticsearch, database, every connectivity that we have that monolithic to micro that I have an example that there I'll explain it. Okay. Cool. So this is the one flow. Keep it. Any thoughts, doubts you want to ask on it? Any queries you want to ask on it? Monitoring flow. Bringing up the infrastructure, setting up load balancer, separate EC2 missions in one VPC. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? So did we bring up this setup with the module or resources, individual resources, this infrastructure? Whatever you guys resources. We have not used the modules. Okay, just it's a resources. Normal resources we grouped all together. That's now one more logging flow. Here logging flow means very important. Please, I was telling it. Metrics are not physical. Keep this. You cannot see the metric. Metric are like virtual. The virtual, let's say for simple example, like it's a weird example but simple. You see around us weather, right? The weather you cannot see. You cannot see the weather, right? How much heat, how much something. But there are the devices who can capture, and then they can show you in the numbers like 30 degrees centigrade, something, right? The device has the capability to convert virtual into the number. Same way, metric also you cannot see. That exporters has that intelligence. They will capture the data. The data you can see in the GUI number here. You can see at exporters levels also. Exporter also you have a sorry, GUI, but that's not a GUI, not rich GUI. It will show like kind of 1, 2, 3, blah blah numbers. Prometheus also you can see, but more than that, coloring, thresholds, everything you can do here. So what I mean was, metrics are virtual, traces are virtual, and then if you want to capture, you need to use that related exporter, then you can see that. But let's say, for example, I can say you physical entity table. There is a table something. So something, what I mean here, log means log files, log files. Please listen this. This is very important, because not now we will go to next containers topic, right? There this will come lot in the real time. In the original projects also we will use a lot. Log means, like for example, you can read, right? You can read. Uh, Yesterday you remember I was reading the Elasticsearch log continuously, and then Prometheus. Sorry, what was that? Kibana log. I was going through the log file. There was one Elasticsearch log. One more like Kibana dot. One more. What was that? The NoHop dot log. I think we were referring to NoHop log only. There will be one kind of folder will be there. It's up to the application. Let's say, for example, Kibana log. Somewhere, if you remember, opt Kibana slash, here log will be there. Along with the log, right, you had a bin, if you remember, bin binary scripts where we can stop, start something, and then conf will be there, configuration. Sorry. So we in the, for me very important is stop, start I can do as a DevOps job, right? Your job is to install, I mean to say platform setup, start, stop, make it automation. Installation, you do automation with the Terraform. Then logging. If some error comes, then team will try to debug. Still, if they're not able to debug, they'll come to you. Hey, I need an help on it. So the whenever something is not working, the first place always is the log. Keep this thought. When I say log, very important keyword. When I say log, log can be in a file. It can be a file. You remember I was doing this thing. Echo hi. Where it will print?
Console.
Exactly. Console. You remember we did this also. Where it will print?
Represent in index.html.
It will create a index.html. Say that whatever the lines, right, log lines, they can go to the console. Console, what we call is a std out. They'll call as a standard output. They'll call console is called standard output, or it can go to a file. With that thought, right? Please, log can be into a file or into a kind of standard output. Standard output, std out we call. Okay. Standard output is virtual. This is virtual. You cannot see that this content. You cannot see the standard content. I mean, you cannot see in the sense there is no file something. You can capture. There are some tools like exporters, right? There are some beats are there. Some beats. What is that? Some file beat, some log stash, some forwarder, Splunk forwarder, and all. They will capture it. They have this intelligence, but you cannot, there is no path for this. Let's say, for example, I say that, hey, check the nohop.log. You will go to opt Kibana somewhere. There will be nohop.log will be there that you can read, that you can go and read the file. But if you want to, read the standard output, right, there is no file, Developer will write this code. This is not at all your job, writing the standard output, but your job is to capture those logs. So sometimes developer will come to you. I have an application. Can you send this logs configuration to Kibana? I mean to say they'll ask you, I want to see in the Kibana. The first question you should ask them you should ask this. Go back. Are you writing a log into a file? Are you writing into the standard output? Based upon that, you have to configure it. Okay. When I say log, two things, logging into a file or logging into standard output. That is very important. Any thoughts you want to ask? Standard output. Standard output is virtual. Virtual. Who has this intelligence to collect? That bits. Bits in the sense file bit or log stash. They have this intelligence to capture it. Like exporters, right? How metrics just install that exporter has intelligence. Same way, install this. You will have a one file. In that file, you have to modify. Where is the file or the the standard out? Based upon that, it will capture it. So very important. Log can be into a file. Or it can be into standard output. Okay. With that thought, can you guys tell me this flow, how the log will go? How the logging flow? Please, you know already.
Again, same like app.
Okay. Who read the log?
Node exporter or any
We are talking.
functional exporter.
Yeah. This happens. We see with the people. I mean, metric is different. Logging is different. So
Got it.
little care. Yeah. So disk, I have seen it. Disk and memory. Memory is RAM. Disk is hard disk. So memory storage. The people I have seen with the new template, memory is RAM, storage is hard disk. Don't get confused. Same way, I have seen this scenario with the like in the interviews also. Metric is monitoring metric. So don't swap the keyboards. We'll get confused, but sure it happens. But be careful on it. Yeah. Who read the log?
Developer
Where they will write that?
in the code, I think.
Yeah. Write the log file or to send that std output. It will go to the std output also. Developer will configure that logic. Okay. So someone comes to you, I need to see my application logs or my logs are not coming in the Kibana or somewhere. The first question you ask him, are you writing into a file? Or are you writing into the standard output? That you should ask him. Cool. Let's say it's a file, for example. It's a file. Then you ask them, are you writing to the specific path something? Do you have in the application that configuration? Something. You can ask them that. Usually developer will write that in such a way that the custom way that I'll explain it further. Custom way they'll write it. With that, right? For example, logs are coming here. OPT application log, for example. Here they say that, let's say, for example, store.log something. For example, app underscore error dot log. Any error comes, it will come to this. If applications requests are slow, they'll get captured here. So these are the custom logs. Yeah. Now, developer write the logs. Who will take these logs? How these logs will go to the Kibana? Developer wrote these logs, custom logs. Same way, logging flow, you know already. Who will
I
collect these
think
logs?
Filebeat will collect.
Yeah. File beat. There are the beats, many beats are there. One more is the log stash. They'll collect because we are using EFK or ELK. So any one we will use. So it will collect, then where it will send.
Elasticsearch.
What is this another name called for this?
Agent.
Exactly, agent, logging agents. That those exporters, right? Monitoring agents will say to where this. Yeah, they'll send to Elastic Search. From Elasticsearch to who takes the data?
Kibana.
Yeah. ES we call usually. Right. Keep on. So with that, can you guys tell me the flow? The flow. Just connect these dots. You have to talk, please. We are coming little the little one level we came. Core layer we did. Now automation layer. We are working on this. You have to talk the keywords now, please. Connect these dots and
Yeah, so
then
it will start with the developer.
yeah.
So it's like the log where from the application.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it is like maybe we'll get it from the log file array. So
Mhm.
from there it will go to custom logs.
Mhm.
Then it will move to file beat.
Mhm. Mhm.
From there Elasticsearch and Kibana will
Okay, sure. So
get to
that's
the
good. Yeah. If I get the same question, I ask like this. I say like this. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So developers has written the configuration. It's like it's up to the. For example, I'll take always for example, Apache.
Mhm.
In the Apache, we are running an application. In that application, developer has written a code which will produce the custom log in a path, one path. They are not into the standard output. They are writing into a file. That file will be collected by the file beat. In the file beat, we have an YAML file. In that YAML, I have given the path of that log place wherever the developer is writing. For example, the slow log, apparel log, that path I had given in the file beat.yml. Then file beat will collect those two logs. We are writing it. Then in the file beat, I have configured to connectivity with Elasticsearch. In the file beat.yml, there is a configuration for Elasticsearch. I had given it. We are running Elasticsearch in the separate EC2 mission. So application is separate. Obviously, that they'll get to know. From there, FileBit will send to Elasticsearch. Then we have separate EC2 mission. For example, you can see that Kibana, which are all these are in the private. Then Kibana, in the Kibana, we have a ML file that I have configured with the configuration with Elasticsearch. From there, it will pull, and then my team will be using that Kibana to get the logs and all. That I'll say, like when I'm giving an answer, right? You know, I'm giving them architecture also behind how my environment is looking something. Okay.
understand.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So Kibana, the flow is application writes logs into a file or into a one more. What is that? Or one more is called application can
Standard output.
yeah, standard output. You cannot see this. In the containers, right? In the container world, where when we'll be going next. In the container world, in the VM world, I have seen they'll be writing to a file in the VM world. But in the container world, VM world in the sense in the EC2s. Sure, when you are using EC2, when you are using application to run, application if you are running on top of EC2, I have seen this use case. If they go to container world, let's say 100 cases, one case only I have seen writing the standard output. 99% cases, they'll do standard output. So keep this that. Now it will be captured by file beat. We will have a file beat ML in the same server wherever you have. It goes to ES to Kibana, or it can be one more guy. What is this guy? Log stations. Log stations. It will go to Kibana. Here you will have a Kibana.ml. Here you have Elasticsearch.ml. This is the flow. So we brought this setup we brought this setup. We are having little issues here. I'll tell you, but we'll consider on our topics only. So what did you observe? Like when you are bringing this setup with the Terraform, what did you guys observe? Please tell me with the Terraform thoughts.
I feel it's like more reusability. It's like where we can reusing all the components which we have used for the previous setups.
Okay. Console versus something. What did you find when we did in the console? Obviously, I have not created this setup, but we did 3-tier architecture, but same replication. Create user data plus login manually SSH something. You know. What did you observe, please? I need the keyword. When Terraform came, please tell me the keywords. What did you observe?
In Terraform, we have the TF state so that we came to know what happened before, like what are the changes we made before
Awesome.
compared to the now. In
Awesome.
console, we don't know it.
Yeah. So we have infra created and then going to create or update or destroy something we are going to track. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That is good. Yeah.
Interpolation can be used in the Terraform.
Yeah. Obviously, calling one resource to obviously yes. Interpolation, right? Interpolation. So you remember we were calling interpolation from one resource to another resource, right? We were calling.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Keep this thought. You can call from one module to another module, and one TF state to another TF state also. You can call from one TF state to another TF state also. Let's say, for example, I'm writing fresh Terraform code. I don't have VP. Let's say EC2. I want security group. I want to create separate folder, and then one more folder, one more project is there where it will upload into S3. You can call remote TF state as interpolation. Yes. In the interpolation, you can use one resource to another resource, one module to another module, one remote TF state to another remote. You can call. This we will do little after, like we'll get into the good state. We'll do that. Remote TF state, one data source. Yes. This is the one you have seen. Next. Please, what did you guys observe? You have to talk.
We can create null resource.
Yeah, there is a like the infra in the you can use user data or one more to run the scripts. Null resources can have combination of provisioners, file provisioner, local provisioner, remote provisioner, something. Connection. What did
Time saving, right? Here.
yeah, obviously. Like you can say that, yeah. Agile methodology. Agile means like deploy fast. I want Agile in the DevOps main theme was reduce the time. DevOps came to reduce the time. The best tool for DevOps in Agile model in the automation, in the infra creation tool, Terraform base. That is the IAC. This is IAC, infrastructure as well. Please, you have to talk. What did you observe? When we did in the console, when we did here. Please add your points. That tells me how did you got the content. So whatever we created it, yeah, it's not.
Configuring the log files.
Sorry.
Configuration the log files.
For example,
For example, developers, if there is any errors, automatically log will be generated via the Terraform. Previously, what we had discussed in Kibana.
yeah, that is the monitoring setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was not talking on the application point of view errors.
Okay.
When we were using Terraform, what did you got? Like, what are the things?
Yeah, Terraform has intelligence in that it creates resources in order. For an example, so if we uh, give VPC, if we define VPC and security groups and VCP instances, it will create an order first VPC and then test the ID when we create an instance that VPC. So all these things it will do.
Yeah, this is what you were saying. Dependency. That will have an implicit dependency. If you want, you can add a one keyword called what is that? Depends on.
Depends on.
You can add explicit also, you can force it. Yeah. Yeah. Meta. This is called meta. They call, yeah. So
Hmm.
go ahead, please.
Now, even we can reuse this code with the other cloud platforms also, if that's the help of this, and even we can coordinate with the other cloud providers with this code.
No. You cannot use, let's say, for example, you cannot use that. Let's say, for example, AWS underscore instance. This code
No,
you
we
can
can change
use
that
for,
too.
this is only for AWS now.
No, this is for AWS, but we can change this AWS to other clouds, other clouds also, right? We're changing
Yeah.
the provider.
Yeah. Terraform, true. But whichever you said is correct. The what even I had when I was learning Incel time. So Terraform as a tool works for all the cloud types. That is true.
Right.
But the code, whatever you have written, right, that is specific to one cloud only. If you want to work with another cloud, you have to rewrite that same.
We can't modify this.
No. That syntax is different. Their argument is different. Output, everything is different. You have to rewrite for another cloud. Sure.
No, I think we heard while we starting Terraform will means like the same code we can reuse for the other clouds also.
No. Terraform.
Will support other clouds, but not for the same code. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Terraform works
Understand.
for the cloud, but we need to write code again. Different. Yes.
I thought we can change the resource provider.
No. Just if you change a provider to GCP, no. As far I know, no. You have to rewrite that. But it,
Understand. Got it.
yeah. Different cloud, that is true. But it will work for different clouds, yes. As I said. You have seen one of the awesome guy module. So whatever we have written, right? Our code currently with the resource setup only. We have not yet done the module. We did only one guy only as a VPC only. Now, whatever we have created, right? Resources. Like can you guys tell me what are the resources we created with the Terraform? This is the one will make you in the interview decisions. This is the one of the question. Yeah.
Yeah, we have created VPC and we have created ALB. We have created EC2. We have created Route 53.
Security groups.
Security groups, internet gateway, NAT gateway.
This is
Subnets,
Subnets.
target group,
sorry.
Target
target
groups.
group,
Yeah. This is the target group. Next.
listener, automation.
Target group and then the attached. Yeah, this will look it. And then we went with one thing. What is it? Path based on
Path.
so these are all the resources you created it. So maybe you could have added like S3 bucket, blah something. TF state. They'll ask you where is the TF state remote backend. That locking we have not yet tried. That is but we are storing in the TF state in the remote. But all these you created as a resources. But as simple as, let's say, one more very important guy, RDS. RDS also we used for our purpose, right? For 3-tier architecture, the WordPress purpose we use, right? See, Bastion application setup, this and all, you have to make a story on it. Whatever you created it, all this was separate folder, we created it, individual folder, and then we did a reuse also, but we'll recreate that scenario. Okay? You created in a folder and then you kept all of them. But what I'll do, I'll create one folder like VPC, only VPC related components only. Same way I'll create a RDS folder. I'll not club together other one, only RDS related only. Same way I'll create a, for example, OE. Let's say OE-ELK. So what resources will come here with this setup?
Observability.
I know the keyword, but you have to tell me that specifically here. What if I make a folder this with this name, if I use this module somewhere, if I call this module, what resources will get created here?
Yeah, all resources, EC2, security
Grafana.
groups, VPC.
What EC2? No, VPC will not create it. VPC is already separate module. I'm telling this module.
Okay. EC2 having Kibana and
Grafana.
Yeah, Kibana, Grafana, Elasticsearch,
I'll say one more folder.
Prometheus.
I'll say one more folder. Now tell me. Yeah. This is separate module. This is separate module. If I say ELK, what resources will come with this module? It's very clear, na? Yeah. Naming.
Kibana and
Elasticsearch and
Elasticsearch.
Elasticsearch,
Kibana and
Kibana. Yeah. Here, obviously, this is the setup. We
Grafana and Prometheus.
let's say monitoring only. Both together will come. Same way. What are this? Here, Route 53. I'll use this. Route 53. Something if someone wanted to use security group, I'll make it. So what I mean was, whatever you have written the individual code, we will come now. It is working, right? Most of the almost like I can say 95% of the code is working overseas. Code is working in the sense 100% code is working, but functionality somewhere breaking. That is bug. That we will correct it. But our code is working. That code we will convert into the modules now. Individual modules. Module means like we will create individual folders. That whatever the code we have written, right? That code we will put into this folder. Module structure. We will create a module. So next, if someone wanted to reuse this code, they no need to start with the keyword called what next time. Let's say someone wanted to create a G security group. If you observe the VPC, what I did last time, you can tell me. If someone, I already have the resource creation code in a form of module. Other people wanted to create security group. They cannot use one block in Terraform. They can use one block.
They don't need to use the resource block, they can use the model.
Exactly, yes. They can use directly what is the keyword, they can call module. They no need to use what is the keyword resource. Then they can pass the arguments, like whatever my module needed, they can pass that naming conventional, they can do that. So you got it right. So keep this thought. Modules will be like we will use a lot in the environments. Big company, if you join, right, they won't allow you to write the code. Separate teams will be there. I told initial time. You will be going to either module team or you will be going to consuming team where you will be using that. Yeah, cool. So now we have written this code. Let's keep it what resources is a very important keyword. This is the last keyword. Yes, this is the one of the good keyword. We like these are all the dependencies. Yeah, good keyword, good talk. Modules is reusability. Okay, good. So do you want to ask any queries on this? On this monitoring flow? Any thoughts you want to ask? We will come back. It's not one time. Just I wanted to make some thoughts first, then I want to go ahead. You want to have you want to add any thought on the logging? You want to ask any thoughts? Any thoughts on the TF?
Need to-
Yeah. Sorry, someone was asking.
No need
Yeah.
to practice because
Okay. Any thoughts on the TF? You want to ask any queries on it? I'm telling I'm not stopping here. Whatever next to my topic, if I talk, the topic will be there, underlying Terraform will be there, underlying cloud will be there. We are not stopping it. But if you want to ask any thoughts till now, whatever we went through, any you want to ask on it?
One,
Yeah, one
one,
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
if we have more log files from developer, right, do we need to configure all the file details in the filebit.ml configuration file? Do we need to update all those file names there?
Is this your question, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. For example, what is the log file path? I asked like this back.
Mm.
Where is the log file path, for example?
Somewhere
For
in
ex-
the
you have to,
option OPT.
okay, let's say OPT app. What is the log file naming convention? We ask like this. Let's say, for example, if everything is ending with, for example, app, let's say, as I said, na, error dot log, for example, slow dot log. You see, there is a pattern, na? Log. Some,
Mm.
if it is like this, right? In filebit.yaml, there is a line called log file path. What I'll give here? OPT app, for example, start. You can pass like list. This one. If you have different places now, I can configure OPT app second dot log. You can mention like this also. Individual also you can mention, or you can mention like this also. Does it answer?
Yes, answer.
Yeah.
And also somewhere we have updated 0.0.0, right, to
Yes.
allow that.
Yes.
In real-time project also we do like this to access.
Yes. Why means the tools, right? Whatever the Elasticsearch, Kibana, if you observe Apache, what they did, I mean the Apache team, you do m install, right? When you start Apache, by default, Apache will listen on all the, let's say, you can send from your laptop within the VPC within also. But what Elasticsearch team, Kibana team, they did that software in the mindset of security. You remember yesterday I was not able to start with one user, right? Kibana and Elasticsearch.
Yes.
Root user.
Root user I was not, because if you start any process with root user, there is a chances of attack. There are like attacks are there. We don't allow, this is one of the security practice. Listen it. It's not good practice to start a software with root user. Good to start with EC2 user, any software. So whenever they made Elasticsearch, Kibana, like Logstash tools, right? They made in the mindset of security best practices. With that, right? They are not binding 5601 port number or Elastic's 9200 port number from outside. They are binding to this port number only by default. If you say like this, by default, when you start Kibana, right, it will come like this. Even you cannot access from outside. You cannot access outside. So what you have to update? Yes. Yes. In the real time also, yes, we change it.
Okay.
Because if you have like this now, you cannot access at all. From LB or with the IP address also, you cannot access it. Then after you update, then you can access it. Yes. Yeah, someone was asking.
Yeah. So what will be the major difference from Grafana to Kibana? So in Kibana we have log search and all those things. In Grafana we don't have. That is the difference, or is there any major difference?
Yeah. Yes.
Both are modern tools, right?
1 second. Difference between Grafana and Kibana. Both are different companies. Okay. Now that is different. Grafana, Kibana is different companies. That is the one thing. Vendors are different. This is for Grafana, you see, right? This is for metrics like CPU, memory, disk, something process usage, something like application metrics. This is different altogether. So Kibana log files only. You can search logs here. Keyword related content only. Altogether different. When you say here, you can read. Let's say I'll put a one thing. Let me say you here. I'm talking on the logging context. I have running one application. In the real, we are using how many applications in our use case currently in our environment? How many applications we are using? In our
WordPress.
only WordPress, right? Only one. What is that? For example, WordPress. That is done in the PHP language, for example. Now, in the environment, that to one EC2 mission only. Let's say they may use one more WordPress also, for example. It will be attached to load balancer. Why? High availability. We don't go with one EC2 mission only. I'll go with one more WordPress also. Why I'm going with this? Because more users are coming. One EC2 mission cannot handle the load. So they'll keep it. If I'm running more business, right, on the WordPress, they'll keep it behind multiple EC2 missions. Now, one more in my environment, one more team is there. They developed one more application. It is running in the Python. So there is one more application running in 10 EC2 missions. Separate load balancer, separate load balancer, separate load balancer, or they can go with the path based up to the architect decision. Architect will decide to you that. Okay. These are all one application which is done by the Java language, for example. Hope you got this. How many applications, if I ask you here, how many applications they're running? You can see on the screen now.
Application.
Sorry,
Five,
total.
six.
Where are the 5? What are the 5?
WordPress 3 and Python 2 and Java. Okay, Java. What is that again?
So you are
Total
counting.
10 applications.
Oh, you are counting the EC2 mission, is it? These are all EC2 missions. Okay, let me put it. Yeah. Okay, these are all EC2, individual EC2.
Okay. Then 3 applications.
Yeah, exactly. 3 applications. Yes, three environments. Sorry, EC2. Okay. Now you know one software will. This what is the software is running WordPress here?
Apache.
That you know.
Apache.
Now there is a application writing some logs. We will this is your job is to set up this complete observability everything. You will install some tools right on top of this mission, extra tools. Don't talk on the monitoring. Talk on the logging. You will have a one tool here for logging.
FileBit.
Yes. Here also FileBit will be there. Yesterday you told right, it can be part of AMI. You guys don't know. It can be part of user data. It's up to the situation, but good to go with the AMI. Every mission will have this. Every mission will have it. We will bake that AMI, including this software. You have clarity right now. Now this is separate EC2 mission. Separate. This Python is separate. This is Java. All these guys. All these missions. Everyone. Where they will dump this log. Where they will send, you have known, we started the class, right?
Elasticsearch.
Elasticsearch.
Elasticsearch. This can be multiple EC2 missions. This will be multiple EC2 missions. Elasticsearch is a cluster is there. If you have some time, right, please go through any kind of video somewhere. Elasticsearch cluster setup. Just get some knowledge. Okay. So now it will go to Kibana. You remember, for example, you started WordPress. In the WordPress, this mission all of suddenly it got stopped. This mission all of suddenly got stopped. This WordPress got stopped. This mission all of suddenly stopped, and then you got an error. Whenever, always remember, whenever something gets stops, right? Obviously, it will throw one log somewhere. I've been down because of this reason somewhere until they capture it. Let's say this mission got stopped. Now I want to check what is the thumb rule of the DevOps is. Time. For infra creation, what is the tool you are using to reduce the time?
Terraform.
Terraform.
Here also, your job is to, let's say something went down. You want to check the log. If I log into each mission, 1, 2, 3, like for example, by mistake, like if I go here first time, I can get it. Hey, this mission, you will check it here. PS-EF grep Apache. Oh, Apache got stuck. You will see empty result. You will check netstat FNANLP 80. It is not listening. Then directly will go to the log. You will see. Let's say by default, you will in this order. If you go first, you will check it here. Second time here. Third time. 10 minutes here. 10 minutes here. 10 minutes here. You are wasting right here. Instead of that, right? I'll go to Kibana. Here I will check some kind of. My job is to like this. Here I will put a keyword called index. Index equal to star, for example. Star means search in all these. Then otherwise I want to check only WordPress. Then I'll say that search for WordPress. Here I'll search for a kind of keyword called error. Next I can search for keyword called warning. I'll search like this. Then Kibana, what internally check? It will check here. Whenever this EC2 mission, first EC2 mission getting stopped, right? It may throw one error. That error log will come to here. Kibana, what it will show next? Very clearly, it will show me. It will show me here. Kibana, can it expand? Kibana, right? It will show me very clearly. The first EC2 mission IP address, it will show me. IP address got this error, for example. If they also have the error, it will display all of them. Then I need to change my search pattern again. Like this. Stopped. I'll refine my query. I will change my query. Like PromQL, right? KQL, Kibana query language. This is how I'll search. I'll put some keywords, English keywords like this, whatever I know, warning, failed, blah, blah. Till I get the good server, whatever the finding. Then I'll get immediately first EC2 mission. If you go with manual, you are checking a log file, like kind of keyword. So now individually logging to each EC2 mission, checking a log is a manual cumbersome task for me. Instead of I'm going to Kibana GUI, I'm searching like this. You got it right? Now, to check the logs, individually going to the server to check a log.
So there is no mechanism to send which are exact error or exact issue directly the email or Slack message, whatever.
That you can configure later. Here. What is this?
Okay, there is a feature.
Yes.
No need to search manually.
Yeah, in the Kibana you can configure it. Whenever there is a stop, when there is a stop, send me an email. Whenever there is a log, you can search that. You can put that email. Immediately it will send an error. That can be done.
Got it.
Yes. Now, Raja, you got it right. Log means.
Yes, got it.
Log. This is called log. Okay. Now, Bear with me. This I could have told in cell time. Now the med monitoring. Same way, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, flow, blah, blah, like this. Same applications. What is the tool you will have? These are EC2 missions. These are EC2 missions. What is the one guy you know sitting inside these EC2 missions?
Node exporter.
Exporters. Yeah. And then, for example, node exporter for CPU and monitor. All they will send to where?
Prometheus.
They'll send to Prometheus.
They'll send to
That
Prometheus.
AML.
Then we will use the
Grafana.
Grafana.
here I will say that what is that? CPU underscore usage. How much CPU I am using. It's not a log file. It's not a error kind of keyword. It's a system
Metrics.
behavior, metric, CPU usage, memory usage, disk usage, something. I'll search like this. What are the missions are CPU usage greater than 90% or something. You can keep it like this, like this. So yes, as I said, right, log will be a file, or you can read that content. Some error will be there, some exception, blah blah will be there. CPU is it's a kind of metric. So for your question, right, Grafana will collect like CPU, memory, disk, some kind of metric related information. Kibana will collect the logs, like error, something went wrong, some process is happening. There is a file, some step by step. I want to know how my application is getting started. That thing. So if you have the clarity of these two, right, metric versus log. To collect the metrics, we use the Grafana. To collect the logs, we use ELK or EFK. Oh, does it make little sense, Raj, now? Raja?
Yes, yes.
Cool. So we bought this total setup. Okay, let me pass it. Any thoughts you want to ask on it on this flow? On these topics, on this topic, Terraform. You want to ask any thoughts?
Even this is one-time setup only, right? For every time.
Yeah, that is true. That is correct. Once everything is working, nothing. Yes, as you said. But obviously, let's see, the tools are coming now. Let's say, I'll tell you, like, when we were in the on-premises, then we got to work for almost like 2 years to move to the cloud, EC2. Then EC2 we move to again to the container technology. Almost like, for example, you can say that container 3 years it went, and then almost like I can say that I was 7 years on the cloud area. I have experience. So container world, yes, altogether. Then now CI/CD, like more automation tools are coming, adding the tool, this tool, that tool. We have to find our work. Now obviously AML is coming, right? Some tools they'll explore, like maybe next, maybe I don't know, still some more years. So behind that, right, we will be using this. For your question, right, this is a one-time setup. Next regular our job will be like enhancing the networking, some project here and there, something. It's up to the project company what you joined. That's up to their business. Yeah. There will be enhancements will be coming. Someone will be changing the architecture. You have to work with them again, setting up back again. That's yes. For your question, this is the one-time setup. Next is maintenance only. Majority.
I have one question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday we have used curl command. So this command we use only for downloading the software, or some other way also we use this command?
Curl wget. This you can use like, yeah, download also you can use. You remember I was debugging, right? Debugging in the sense whether it is working from outside or something. Like something I want to check anything is working or not, something like this. You can access from local like this.
Okay, two ways we can.
Yeah. It's download. It's I want to check an URL something because you don't have a browser right inside Linux. So
Mm.
it's a curl command, yeah, to check the status. wget also you can use any file. I copy pasted their code as is it came.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go to our code. Let it be the WordPress only. I'll rename this. Can we get rename? Okay. That's okay. For now, I'll keep the folder here itself. So my objective right now is let's convert this resource into a module. We will convert this into a module folder, each resource. This is working code only. Let me take a backup as well. Use as a backup this folder. Then we will modify this content. When we work right, we will use this one. Total info setup. Now I'm converting into this module. You have already some thoughts on it. So I want to create one VPC module. Tell me from this code. You have the files already here. What files will go here? Tell me with this. I want to create a module. Please.
VPC.tf file.
Yeah. First, what I need to do? I want to create one kind of
Folder.
Exactly. Go here. Say that VPC. Let's call module only, or you will get habituated. VPC. Here, let's bring this
VPC variable.tf.
VPC. I'm going to create. This is one of the interview question. Did you write any modules? You can say that yes. How did you create? Say that I have a folder specifically. Inside that folder, you can have it this as well. Usually, the good practice they go in a module is main.tf. It's a module. So now, majority things are here. Are we good? When you are writing any module, right? When you are writing any resource module. Now let me go with another. I want to create EC2 module. Can you guess?
Again, new folder.
Another folder.
EC2.
I'll take Bastion code as a reference, okay? I'll take a Bastion code only. I'll copy this guy. There. Now tell me how I need to rename this file. In the
Yeah, Bastion underscore EC2.
Now I want to
Main dot.
exactly main.tf. Yes, let's keep this thought.
Okay.
Now I want to create a load balancer module.
New folder with
Copy this guys. Same story.
Yeah, main dot.
That is a good practice. like, hey, I want to go with that same name only. It's up to you. But good practice is to, oh, sorry, it came.
ALB is inside EC2 folder.
Yeah. Cool. This is correct. This is correct. Now I want to, let's remove this once. We'll clean it up. Whatever we copied now, we'll clean it up. Same way. Same way, RDS also. Mail.tf. So individual, wherever you, whatever resources you created, right? You are moving them into separate. Let it be the backup. So backend can be, we'll see that further. Now, yeah, Route 53 also. Say that, let's move this file there. Main.tf. Now, Prometheus stack. Let's say that sorry. So in there. We don't want to print for now anything. Let's delete this one. I don't want to make confusion many folders and all. Backend, yeah, one more monitoring is there. One more login. Where is the login? Yeah. Main.tf. Browser. We are into the good state right now. WordPress. We'll go with that mission only. But now let's delete this one also. We have a module already. Delete. And then variables. We'll use that variables there. Let's delete. Did we copy the VPC? Yeah. Good. Delete. Let's delete this also. Good. So backend, yes, every folder will have a backend where to store the TF state. Obviously, every folder will be there. Yeah. Cool. Now, let me open. You already know this story, so that I'm opening this. This. Yeah. You see here, this is the security group you already have. Let's move the security group into code. I'll move into the another module also, security group also. HG. HG. I'll create it. Can you guys tell me what is the file name need to be created in this folder?
Main.tf.
Main.tf.
Main.tf. I need to bring that code. Whatever the code was there, right? We'll bring that code here. Some simple creation rule. Good. I'll go to EC2 mission because you know the little story on it, more story on it. Yeah. Save this file. I'm going to the module. When you say module, module is a kind of folder structure it will be having. And then like this resource kind of will be there. Here, right? You see here? This is the resource block, you know already the story. But drawback in this code is you are hard coding it. If I execute this one 10 times also, 10 times, if I call this module somewhere, if I want to call somewhere this module, by default, which EC2 mission it will take every time?
T2 dot.
T2 micro.
But as a good practice, right? When you are writing a module, when you are writing any resource related block, right? It's not good practice to go like this. It's not good practice to go like this. Don't hard code the customizable values. Some obviously you don't have an option. They have to go with this. This one's right, whatever this one's right, you can good to put like this. Var dot instance. It's up to you, instance type. You have to put like this, var dot instance type. So what I'm going to do, whatever the arguments, right? Good. Let's put it like this, anything. Var dot AMI. They can pass that AMI. This also same. Var dot key underscore name. Usually what we do now, we match this name only var something. Now I want to pass, say that var dot HG something, or you can make it to something security group something. Var dot. Next time onwards, this one also var dot same. Subnet ID underscore ID. That is a good program. Here also same. Here also same. Let's remove anything. Var dot. Sorry, what was that? Sorry. Z. Yeah, you can call like this. Var dot tags. So what are you doing here is we are not hard coding any value inside the Terraform code. Previously, right, we hard coded in everything because that has to something. I don't want to fix this immediately here and there writing it. I don't want to like take more time. So everything, right? So let's remove this block. We don't need this block now because we are hard coding this one. This also we don't want. Someone will pass me. I can call that if it is there already. So let's remove this also. Simple. Now I have a EC2 module which is having resource block. It will say some inputs like this, and then it will create the resource. So now let me go to this folder. I'll run one command. Integrate terminal. Yeah.
So in this main.tf only, I can add all bash TN, even other ECs, everything here, all the ECs here only, right? I can keep.
Yeah. Whatever. What do you mean other
Sorry.
EC2?
For example, I have a WordPress EC2 and Bastion EC2 or another EC2. All the EC2s I can keep it here, right?
Yes.
It's separate.
Yes. You can keep it. Anything. Yes. I can copy paste this. I can put it here. If someone calls this module, those resources will get created, all of them.
Understand.
Yeah. What you mean is I can duplicate this as is. I can put it here WordPress. Instead of calling individually, I can call this EC2. Now two EC2s will get created. One WordPress, one Bastion, for example.
Right. No need to create multiple folders.
Yeah. No need to. Yes. That is okay. Now I'll say that one more very important guy. Nothing. User data. You can say that var dot user data. User data. But you will say that inside this. But you will say that inside, for example, like this. Something you think the syntax is. Don't care about the syntax. Like this you can call. So now, what is the benefit with this? What did you see previously? What did you observe?
Previously it is hard coded. Now we are passing values from variables file.
Yeah. Now for this, right, I'll create a one file matching with this file called variables.tf. Here, right, whatever the just I'm keeping for reference. Here for them, I'll create a variable value. Let's say first one. This one, AMI. I can have like this also. Then one more. Same. Instance underscore type. One more. E underscore name. Next one more. Sorry. You can have like this. You can have like this. Inside this block, right? For example, you can keep a one kind of value, default value. Like something, the AMI number will start how? AMI, how it will start? Any AMI ID number? Did you observe any?
Alpha.
Sorry?
It is alphanumeric.
Yeah, like something AMI fund, blah, 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 like this, right? It will come. Now I can have a description and you can specify like this is AM. These are all optional. Now, if you want to go more like, for example, what type it is, something else you can specify like this. See, there are the data types are there, like string or number, you can specify all this. No, I don't want to go, I don't want to put here default values. It's up to you, it's up to the people. But when you are designing a module, right, it's good to have some default values, anything. Now, you can have it. That is a good practice to have some default values. Now, that's it. These are the ones. Sometimes, right? It's not sometimes in the modules, right? You creating a resource. After creating a resource, right? Some of them, some of the IP addresses, some of the DNS names, they want to print. What is the file I can create? I want to print.
Output black.
Output.tf.
Output.tf. Here, what I can say that output, for example, put the IP address, just IP address, private IP address, for example. Here I'll say that value, that resource name, instance.web or web is there. Yeah, web dot something called private IP, because all the missions won't be there, right? What is the one we use? You will call instance ID. I want to print instance ID. I'll say that type web dot only, it will come automatically. AMI ARN will call ID. We attach to target group ID only, right? Yeah, ID. These are the some basics. Now you can put a description also. So this is how the good module. In the module, in the resource block, don't hard code any values. Call like this. Call like this. Where dot something to here to here. Sorry. So this is the good practice. Any thoughts you want to ask on it?
I have one question.
Please explain what is the exact use, because we are writing twice, right, in variables once and main.tf twice, right? So can you please, I miss, like, I don't know what is the exact use case. Can you please explain?
Yeah, sure. So you mean, what is the question? Why?
Yeah, see, we are defining in variables .tf. Again, we are calling in main.tf. So, like, I'm not understanding why we are doing this twice, this one.
Okay, got it. So you can keep this content also in the one file also. The rule is like this. If we say where dot write something, if you say where dot write, that has to be declared in one place. Otherwise, it will say that you are calling a one value that is not declared. You have to, let's say, for example, simple in any program, right? Normally, you will call one variable value, right, somewhere. Before you have to declare that something in programmatic world. Same way, in resource block, If you are calling var dot something, because I don't want to hard code this, I want to make flexible. Someone can pass me this value. So if you do like this now, if you do, for example, AMI, I don't have this value. Every time if you create this resource, right, only this value will come. I cannot.
Understand.
Now I want to make it flexible. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no need to change manually, so it will change automatically. It will pick from the wherever they declared. I can
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Wherever we pass this module, wherever we call, I can override this. Yes.
So we give the this providers variables TF to the others wherever whatever they have created, they can put it there. From there we call it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Resource.
show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Just a minute. I'll show you. Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah, yeah. Josna, you were asking something.
Yeah, this variables.tf has some list of variables, right? Those variables are the scope of these variables is limited to only this EC2 folder, or other folders also can access this same variables.
Variables.tf only to this folder, yes. But
Only
whatever you are doing output, right? Outputs, they can access to other places. Yes.
Okay, output can be accessed anyway.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in the variables, we have created list of variables, right? In that variable inside, can we pass list of values?
Yeah. That's
Or
up to
only
that you have. They have the data types, right? They have the data types. Now. Let's say, for example,
variables.
let's say, for example, variable. For example, subnets, right? We have subnet IDs, subnets. So here you can specify value type,
Values. Type.
See, you can pass like list, like multiple. You can pass one. What I mean was value. You can say value. Usually list will be like this, no? Like you can pass it here. One subnet one like this. You can pass it. Comma.
Okay, type and value we have to
Yeah. You can
type.
add. No need to mention it. No need to mention type explicitly. If you pass it,
Okay.
that will understand automatically. But
Okay.
you can pass all this. Yes.
Type is not mandatory. We can.
Yes. You can keep like this also. No need to pass any value. Just you can keep like this empty one also. Not a problem.
Inside curly braces also we can mention directly the values.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all flexible. You can
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you declare like this, right, var dot blah blah something, if you want to declare here that variable, it will say that you have declared one value, you are declaring one variable that is not present in the variables. It will throw an error. Sure. Now, yeah. Good. So now, good to have like this flexible. Even let's say, for example, I can go to that my total WordPress code. I can make like this var blah blah blah. I can put it here where here you can keep the default values are up to something. Or it's up to us. How are you calling this module? Now you have clarity right now on this. What is this file? What is this file individual? Now I can create a one separate. This is the module. This is the module. What I can do, for example, if I'm executing only from this folder only, I'm not using the module concept at all. For example, I'm not calling this module. From this folder only, I want to create EC2. What I can do here, I can create a one file called, we did already, Terraform Bears, in the same folder only. In the VS Code, na, if you want to select the same matching, select that, select Control D. It will delete at once. You can remove all at once. Now I can keep it like this. That's it. Here I'll pass my AMID. Here I can pass AMID. Here I can pass T2 dot whatever I wanted to override. For example, M5 2x large. Here I'll pass my own key name if it is there already. Existing key name. Here I have to pass existing security group. Already you should be created security group. Here also same existing subnet I can pass. The some tags, it's up to my name. Something like I can pass. Script I can say that scripts folder, pick the user data such something I can pass it. So From this folder, I'll go inside the folder. First, I'll do Terraform init, Terraform plan. If you do Terraform plan, it will check the normal syntax, blah, blah, something. If you do apply, right, it will take the resource block. First, it will check, did you hard-coded any value? No. Then it will check in which file next. It will go to the variables.tf. Did you define any value? No. By default, Terraform has intelligence. In this folder, for the values, right, you are doing var dot, na? First, local check here, no hard-coded. Second, variables.tf. Then in this folder, it will scan for this file, Terraform tf vars. Here it will find it. If you don't have Terraform.tf vars, it will ask you in the console. You have to put 111 value, var dot whatever they write. You have to enter each value individually. Any thoughts you want to ask on it?
So the values is when not there on the variable.tf, it will go to Terraform tf vars, right? If it is there on variable.tf, it won't ask, right?
If you have overridden value, let's say for example, here I have not this one. Here what I'll do, variables.tf. Now value is there in the Terraform values. AMID is there here. The Terraform
No, not there.
Not there. Did we define here?
No.
It will ask you when you are executing, right? Terraform apply, it will ask you, hey, enter this value. Manually, it will ask you. You have to enter there. It will ask you in the like SR no something. It will ask you. Now,
if it is value there on the variable.tf,
yes,
then it will print that.
Let's say, for example, you can define now. Yes.
Now it will go to the next one.
In this case, right, it will pick this value because you are not defined in the which file. You are not defined.
Right.
For Terraform, by default, in that folder, it will scan for this file. What is the file? Terraform.tf vars. It will scan for this file. Now, you have not called in this. You are not defining it. That's okay. I can pick it up in the default. It will pick from the default only.
Understand.
Yeah. Now, let's remove this one. You can override. Now, let's say, for example, some people, they'll keep like this. Some people, please listen this. They'll keep dev.tf. They'll go with the, for example, rename stage.tf. Same file, Terraform dot, they are making with another naming convention. Can you see what is the extension? TF vars. But Terraform will scan by default which file it will scan in this folder?
Variables.tf.
Variables.tf.
But variables.tf will call for values to which file?
Terraform.tf.
That is the default nature. Default it will scan. Now, for example, I want to pick dev.tf vars file. I want to pick this one. I want to pick this one. What you have to do in the Terraform apply, right? In this folder or plan, you have to pass like this. Where file equal to dev.tf vars. Now, first which one will call? Main.tf. Then it will call variables.tf. Now you are saying that for this two, where is the values? In which file you are saying the values are there here?
Dev.tf.
Dev. It will pick this file only. You can override here. You can override. So you are passing individual TF vars files also. You can go with this thought. You can go like this also, individual. You got that right? By default, Terraform will scan for Terraform. If you have explicitly, you have to explicitly, I mean, other than that name, you have to pass that name here. Dev.tf vars name. Any thoughts you want to discuss on it?
Can we debug this code line by line in this Terraform, I mean Visual Studio, or
that you have to see some extensions.
Okay.
Usually, right, I use console. If I want to see the individual outputs, Terraform console command is there, right? That I use.
Okay.
Individually, as I said, I saw that in the IntelliJ. No, you cannot mimic like Terraform. You cannot mimic like Terraform. But if you select some block, automatically it will highlight where and all you are calling that. I have seen it. In the IntelliJ, I have seen it. somewhere. Yeah. Output. I used to use Terraform console only, majorly if I want to see something. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I haven't tried that. No, I haven't tried it. Only the console I used to play. I go in the debug mode and then usually, yeah. Debugging console I use a lot. That's it. I can say output also if I want to print, that's it.
How to share this code with other people in the team? Like Git we have to use?
Thumb rule is we don't store anything in our local. Anything, all the code, whatever we have written, we have to ship this code into to the one remote place. That we will see further.
Okay.
Yeah. That yeah. For that only I'm making this everything as a module. Then we will call this everything into our Terraform code next. That is what I'm making this setup. So you know the flow now. The flow is wait. It will go in our resource block or wherever, right? You will say where dot some value. It will go to the which file? This is your main.tf or something. The resource creation thing. It will go to which file first?
Variables.tf.
Variables.
Then
Terraform.tf.
TF by default Terraform.tf vars. Yeah. If you have other file, you have to explicitly pass it -var -file. Specific file. Yeah, good. Now let me go and then let's remove this file. I don't want. Just example only.
So this Terraform.tf vars also is not mandatory, right?
Yes, not mandatory. Not in this folder. I'll tell you. Not in this folder. Cool.
Module we can.
Yeah. Now. Why man? Why it is same only na? Yeah. Same. Cool. So you have written individual, right? Now, here is the use case. Some guy wanted to create EC2, but he don't want to go with the resource concept. Let's say in this folder itself, let's say I'll say users, for example. One is the guy, the admin guy. Admin. So you wanted admin. So I created one folder along with this users, one admin. Here he wanted to create in this folder, he wanted to create EC2 mission. Now, let's say, for example, you joined a project. Think that you joined a project. I came to you and then I asked you, hey, create a EC2 mission in our environment. Please. What questions you can ask me back?
What is instance type?
Yeah. Please, you should ask all these questions to someone.
AMI.
Yeah. Purpose. Obviously, you have to do before itself. I mean, yeah, that you have to come after that. Yeah. Next.
Which VPC?
Storage, about storage.
Yeah. EBS volume. Yeah. Public IPR. Yeah. Please, you should tell. Yeah, here RAM, CPU. Yeah.
PEM key.
Obviously, PEM key. Whether they have existing key or something, yes, you ask it.
Yeah.
Which did I say? Yeah, which AWS account? If you have multiple AWS accounts, right? That is also important. Profile. You know the profile concept, right? The multiple profiles in the .aws folder. That is also credentials you have to fetch, right? So usually I ask this, yes, the tagging team name, I ask it because when we create a resource, right, we follow one tagging constraint in my environment. So whenever we create a EC2 or some resource, right, we will tag with the team name, team equal to that team. So we tag that. We have a tagging constraint. So great. Yeah, these are some basic questions we ask it. Then you will make a cast. the cost projection, you will get an approval. Then you go and the number of EC2 also, obviously. Cool. Now, you are the new guy into the team. What you do, you will go, for example, with my knowledge or like the YouTube knowledge or somewhere the whatever you got it, what you will do, resource block. You will write blah 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 code. Then from where you do Terraform this command, you write the Terraform code. Next, what you do normally to apply this code, right? You do Terraform init. Where you will run this command? Local. Yeah, local. And then you will do Terraform plan. Apply. You do blah blah whatever. Now, where is TF state file? Let's say that is very important. Where is TF state in this case?
Is there in the local.
Local.
But what is the good practice?
S3.
Always. That is you have to follow thumb rule S3. Yeah. There are the console, many other things. For now, in our case, right, we are not touching. We are going with the S3. S3 is the TF state. We are storing here. So let's say your laptop got corrupted or blah blah something. You got corrupted it. But still I can get this TF state. I was telling, right, you can get this TF state back. You can make the things to work again. Okay, cool. So keep this thought. We don't do Terraform apply from your local. We don't use our laptop. 1 second. We don't do Terraform apply this kind of thing from our local. We don't do that. We don't do from our laptop. We use separate server called automation server. My job is to, I write this Terraform code. I will write this Terraform code. Write the code. I'll store in one place. Store repository. I'll store here in the repository. This automation server will get this code. This automation server. Here, what is the tool you have installed in your laptop? What are all the tools you installed for running the Terraform CLI? What is the tool did you install for this command?
Terraform.
Terraform, right? Here also I will install. Here also we will install. Terraform CLI will be there here. Whatever you have written the code, right? That code will go to here. From here, this tool will pick. This tool run for you. Instead of you running, right? This tool will run for you the code. From here, you will have a one-click button. Just click. First, it will do init. Then it will check the plan. Next, it will go for apply. Automatically, it does for you job. Any thoughts you want to ask? We don't run. We don't run here. We don't run. We will not run. Not from your local anything. Anything, push it here. Do like this. This is the anyone will follow with this process only. Okay. Now, so this is the one you wrote the resource code. Where are you sending your code now? Here. Where are you sending your code?
Right.
To repository.
You send to repository, right? But when you are sending a repository, right? Here we will have some rules. You cannot run this thing on specifically blah 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 something. We have some rules here. That when you are before doing something, right? You have to get approval from your manager or your team guy, some your teammate and all. So you wrote the logic like this: resource code, and then the resource block you wrote. You sent that code to repository. Whenever he is reviewing, right, he will reject your code. Hey, we don't implement our resource thing. We have our own modules concept. Use that. You are not allowed to write the resource code now. You ask this question also in your team, right? When you are joining, they'll ask you this kind of question in the interview. You have any question to ask? Please ask this one. Do you guys having any module concept? How are you creating your infrastructure? Please ask this question so that you will know their environment before itself. This is a good question you can ask them back. Now, he rejected your code because you implemented resource block. Why? They are already using the concept called modules. Here you see, right? There is a concept called module. Now what I'll do, I can call this module. This code also in the remote, right? This code also not in the local. It will be also in the remote. What I'll say here, module. Let's say I wanted to use for Bastion, this thing. Here, whatever you are calling, right? These guys, not arguments, You need to call these guys, where dot wala, where, let me put it here, this ones. Where is this guy? Oh, I deleted the TF. Acha. So here I'll take this guys, variables value, observe here. As an admin, I'm calling the module. I'm not using the resource. I'm calling that module. Here. Please bear with me a few minutes. Here I'll say that, like for example, like this. This we already discussed it, but with the VPC, now everything we are converting into every resource into the modules concept now. Everything. Now here module will get created it. Now he wanted to create, before this module, he wanted to create VPC. Can you guys tell me here, how do you do that? Sorry. Here you have to say source. That is very important. Source. Where is the module? It can be your remote repository. That EC2. Yeah, wherever this EC2 is there, right? Josna, you were asking, right? We will send this code into the remote repository. That URL I will give it here.
Okay.
Now you will call like this module only. Now this values also what you can do, var dot also you can do, or you can hard code also here also. When you are doing, right, here also you can put var dot blah blah. I can tf vars. It's up to you. You can hard code also these values.
Okay.
It's up to us. Hard code.
I can take these variables from outside of the folder also.
Yeah, you can call now. You can say that var dot also now. Now you need to have your own variables TF now again here. Your own Terraform TF.
That is an EC2 folder. I can call there, or I have to be there in this folder variables.
Sorry.
My question is, we have created in another EC2 folder, there is a variable.tf.
Yeah.
Variable.tf I can reuse here, or I have to create a new variable.tf file in the
new variables altogether.
Understand.
That is
every time. Yeah.
This is up to this block only.
That's what I'm asking. We can't reuse this.
Yes.
We can copy paste, but we can't reuse from there.
Yeah. You here what you can do, you can put var dot like this again separately. Then you can call this ones here again. Yes.
Understand.
Yeah. What I can do here directly, I can hard code here. No, like this, blah blah something. Now I want to create, along with this, right? I want to create, for example, I want to create my OE. Simple keyword I'll call that folder. That's it. What is this? OE monitoring. I want to call monitoring. Whatever that you did inside this variable dot, for example, right? You will do variable dot blah blah something, you know, that you will overwrite here again. Now I want to create VPC, for example. Simple, I'll call that path of the here VPC. Here I'll say that monitoring folder. That here I will override that VPC values here, for example. Here I'll say that VPC example. Now you see, right? Total whatever you did, you can call like this individual modules. Now this, when from this folder also you can override var dot again. That up to you. That's now. Any thoughts you want to discuss? What I was, we will create individual folders like this. We will ship into the remote repository. Then we will call like this. That is what my objective. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? Now, from this folder itself, I will do Terraform init, Terraform apply anything. That internally will call these modules. It does the resource creation, everything. So you should know, you already know this context we did with the VPC. Now I segregated that individual blocks. Instead of that, now I want to create whatever I wanted. I can make it a flexible. I wanted to do for my project, right? I have one project. I don't want one resource. Then I can no need to call that something. Now I want to create multiple combinations. I can call RDS. Just I'll call like this module. This path I can give it right now in my local, but we will push into the repository. You will call that folder name, for example. Yeah. Cool. So can you guys help me here? What did you learn for today? I'll pass it for today. Can you guys please?
Yeah, creating modules.
Obviously, individual modules. And you know this structure as well.
We have learned about the structure, the folder structure.
Can you guys tell me how the module structure will be there?
Main.tf
Main
variables.
Variable
variables, terraform.tf
output
as
of
output.
Terraform.
That is the default values file. .tf.
Yes.
Yeah, by default. Or you can have any name, but we have to explicitly pass that. Yes. Now one more. Any thoughts did you learn?
Terraform overflow for you. Flow.
Yeah. Yeah. How the values will be called. Yeah.
Your Terraform or for you.
Values will get picked. What did you learn? Please share your thoughts. You have the clarity, right? Like what is the observability? What is the monitoring? And what is the logging? The flow.
Yeah, flow.
One of the very important keyword we learned is standard output. This is very important. All world right now, the outside world is running on this only logs. Logs. This is very important when we move to the containers technology. Yeah. So one of the most important interview question they ask you is, it's up to you. What did you practice? Whether modules or resource, whatever you created it. Anything, if you want to clear an interview, the three-tier architecture, what you did is best. If you are able to make it, I'm sure confident you will clear any interview if you say that. But don't say that as a WordPress something. You have to make some other story. But RDS, load balancer, private subnet, that flow if you create, right? The Route 53 endpoint, path to based, host to based. Confidently, I can say that you can say in the interview, any interview. But this is the one of the interview question will get it. Sure. So, yeah. So let me pass it for today. The problem here is my account got suspended. Sorry, that thing. I was not able to create it when I logged in morning. I'll ship this. I'll purchase a one account. I was asking the people, those guys, they were not listening me. The thing is, we have one timeline. They have another timeline. So I'll bridge once. All of us in little in the weekend. Some I think no weekend they'll not come. Weekdays only. Like they'll not be there in the morning also. They'll come now 9:30 to their office. So I'll purchase one account myself. I'll ship all these things to into that account that I'll do all my videos, everything that. So we'll practice that account for our regular practice that I'll do this setup. So we will have tomorrow and after tomorrow session. So my objective, let me tell you, as I said, this is my objective. Yeah. Here we took the LAMP WordPress one. Now we will take there is a this we are making the Terraform we are making. I'll take one more application here. This is not internet application, our own custom application, which will produce a log, which will produce a metric, and then it has intelligence to connect to the SQS, and then cache also, and then RDS also, and then it's a kind of you will have a UI, you will enter the data, you will have a UI, end user UI. You will enter the data. The data will go to the front end. The front end will collect the data. It will put into the SQS. We have a backend. And one more backend we have, I think. Yeah. I have to check again. I forgot that what we did last time. You will have a multiple backends. This will call RDS. This is how the flow of the application. So one guy will collect here. He will keep it here. The front end, I think. This I have to check it something. Let's put it one guy only. Yeah. This guy will put it here. From here, it will go like this. This is the application. Whenever you are sending this data, right? It will be producing a metric, and then it will be producing a log also. That metric will go to the Grafana. That log will go to the Kibana. This I will show the total project. This project with the Terraform code. Complete. Just one from that folder, I'll do Terraform plan or apply. Either it can be module or it can be with a resource. First, I'll try with the resource. Then we will see based upon our timeline. This I can say. This is the next my objective. Once we are familiarized on it, this application, I have to work on it, this code. Then we will enter immediately onto this area. That is what my objective. By this month end, yes, will be not month end, like I need like for this like 3 to 4 days time to make it work. By this like 20 days, I can say we'll be on this area. We'll be good on this area. Good. Already we have covered these steps already. Chalo guys, thank you. Tomorrow we have session. I'll see tomorrow if I get one guy, I'll get a tech talk. Otherwise, I'll work on this area. That I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.